Listen to this podcast now
on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Idea Gen Global Podcast with George Sifakis.
I'm George Sifakis. In a world overflowing with noise, there is one forum where the world's smartest voices connect, where visionaries sit at the same table as innovators, and great minds don't just talk, they act.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
So for folks that can't see me this morning, we're in our stage area, stage 77. It's a gorgeous little area that Margo Catsimatidis puts together in really, really pretty fashion. This is the second time I've done the show like this, kind of like a Johnny Carson type of thing. I've got a desk, I've got my chair, speaking to a live audience. It's really very nice. We did it once before for Shriner's Children. This was so good. So Margo did it again today. We've got a live studio audience. It's going to get packed, I believe, the next hour or two. And I say this about WABC all the time. Off to a great start already. Don't forget, President Donald J. Trump, he's going to be here. Mark Levin, Sean Hannity, Bill O'Reilly, Charles McCord, Lara Trump. Amazing guest list today. But when I got here, we had the driver, right? I'm the driver. NASCAR. You guys like NASCAR? You all like NASCAR, right? So I'm the driver. I can drive, okay? And we had the pit boss. That guy can fix the car like nobody. That's Chad. We didn't have a car. We didn't have a car. What good is having Jeff Gordon as your driver or the best pit boss in the history of NASCAR when you're driving an AMC Pacer against cars that go 200 miles per hour? That was Cumulus. Sorry, guys. Then one day, we had 4 radio stations, and the next day we had 1. And I went to Chad's office, Madison Square Garden, and I said, it's over, right? That's it. No, not yet. We're going to get somebody really good. Okay, sure. And in come John and Margo Catsimatidis, the car. And I didn't know John. I was in Boca when he ran for mayor back in 2013. I didn't know him. And they stood, about 10 of them, up on the stage by Madison Square Garden. I was like, oh, my God, who is this guy? Let me just say this. We have a car now. We've got the best car NASCAR ever had, and that is John and Margo Catsimatidis, who have done just an unbelievable job. This couple has literally restored radio to New York City. It was dead. It was dead and buried. I really thought it was going back to Florida. And John and Margo came in with Chad still here. Emily Pankow also does a tremendous job. And they have built a radio empire. And I can never really thank them. So I do want to thank you this morning, celebrating 10 years. I believe, 5 of the 10, John, is 5 of the 10 with you? You here 5 years now?
We bought WABC from Cumulus about 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago, maybe coming on 6 soon.
Wow.
They gave it to me with the idea that we will fail. Well, they won't. They refused to sell us any other stations, even though we asked them to, because they don't want to look bad.
Yeah.
That we will succeed where other people failed. And WABC, I knew it from when I was going to high school when I was a kid. And in WABC, when I was growing up, I had a transistor radio. And it had 3 transistors in it. And it was a powerful station. It had everybody on it. And I used to listen to WABC. So when Tony Carbonetti walked into my office one day, and he's friends with the lady, I forget her name, that runs Cumulus.
Mary
something.
Yeah.
Chad
knows.
and he says, you could buy WABC for $12.5 million. I scratched my head. I said, where do I sign?
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you about how that conversation came about. About a year before that, or 2 years before that, I was very good friends with Jerry Crowley, who was running WABC, WOR.
Right.
And the Buckley family. And the Buckley family, I guess he wasn't feeling well. and nice people, the Buckley family. And all of a sudden, and Bloomberg was on every Friday morning. And all of a sudden, one day, he decided to sell to iHeart for $30 million. I called Jerry Crowley, and I'm yelling and screaming at him. I said, why did you guys do that? I would have bought it for $30 million.
Right.
And then I said, Mike Bloomberg would have bought it for $30 million.
Right.
Why are you putting it in iHeart's hands? They don't know how to run stations in New York. New York. How do you say? New York, New York. and I said, so when Tony Carbonetti walked in, and Tony Carbonetti, for all of you who don't know, was chief of staff and a good friend of Rudy Giuliani. So $12.5 million, I put on blindfolds.
Yeah.
And in the contract with Cumulus, they put everything in there that could screw me. They put in that if we screwed you, you promise not to sue us. Would you believe? I've signed thousands of contracts in the last 50 years. I've never seen something like that. If we're screwing you, you promise not to sue us.
You can't make that up.
See that?
that
I mean,
there you go.
We got a fire going on.
Well, you really can't make that up.
Alert!
But in the end, you made a smart move.
I signed it.
Yeah.
And I didn't give a crap.
Yeah.
And because, look, I knew I wanted WABC, and I didn't give a crap.
Yeah.
So we took over WABC, and we turned it into the #1 station in the country. And forget, it was number 28 in New York region.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So from 28 in New York region to #1 in the country. And you know what I'm living for? We're going to make it bigger than the BBC. We're going to make it bigger than the Voice of America, because WABC is going to have the voice of America out of the capital of America, the capital being New York City, of the capital of the world.
I believe you.
And the whole world's going to tune in to listen to WABC.
Hey, when you say something, you do it. Now, Patterson, quickly, you were on moments ago, but where is your relationship with John? What is that? Give me that in a Monarch Note version. What does that go back to?
Well, I'd met John a number of times, but then in 2013, John asked me if I'd help him run for mayor. And I said, John, I could do that, but I'm the chair of the Democratic Party. And John was running as a Republican. And so we worked out an agreement that I would help him as much as I could. And I kind of wish we could do it again, John, because now I figured out.
One more time.
Exactly.
We'll run for something. Dog catcher.
I asked Patterson to run for something before it's said and done. I want to get Margo up here, too, because she's been.
No, I want to tell,
such a
before
rock.
David goes away, I want to tell one story.
Go ahead.
I can't believe Governor Patterson is the only person that ever got criticized for receiving Yankee tickets.
Not just criticized,
I said,
fired.
I said, getting Yankee tickets? I don't know a single politician that's never accepted Yankee tickets. Does anybody, we'll offer a reward. Give me a politician that's never gotten Yankee tickets.
Yeah.
There is no such thing.
Yeah.
And I said to him, I would have handled, I'm an honorary lawyer. I said, I would have handled your defense. I would have put you on the stand. And I would have said, how can you accept Yankee tickets? You can't even see the game.
It's a funny story because the first time I really hung out with Governor Patterson, to your point, John, I went to a Met game with Keith Kantrowitz, Anthony Carone, and Patterson. And the first thing I said was, how's he going to watch the game? And he goes, watch. And he has these like little binoculars, and he's able to see every play. There came a time in the 6th inning, John, true story, where I said, hey, what's going on out there? To a blind guy.
And I got to thank the governor. He helped me run the campaign in 2013. And at the end of the day, look, I knew all my opponents. I knew Bill de Blasio very well, and we're still friends to this day. He was sitting next to me on every campaign or every debate. I knew Anthony Weiner. I knew almost Joe Loda. I liked him. And in the Republican primary that I lost, I really, Joe, I liked a great deal. But I guess the name recognition of Rudy Giuliani at that time, I lost to Rudy Giuliani's name recognition.
Tough. That's tough.
And the fact is, then I made a second mistake. I also had the Liberal Party nomination. Could you imagine if it was a three-way, Joe Loda, myself, and Bill de Blasio? Who knows what would have happened?
Yeah. Well,
at the end of the day, you know who won?
We just had a three-way. Who was it?
My company. Because we made a lot more money being there versus being mayor.
So you won, and you also won by not buying WOR and buying WABC. Margo, come up here for a second. Come on. I know she's...
Thank you, David.
Thank you, David. Margo
Catsimatidis. Where's the applause button? Margo has always been up by my side for a long time. I hired her as my assistant. I don't use the word secretary anymore.
You can't use that. No, you're not allowed to do that.
In
right.
19, I'll tell you, I hired her in September 1973.
Wow. So how long are you guys married now?
We're together, 50... What is that, 54 years?
A long time.
Something like that.
Yeah, God bless you. Well, Margo, I must say that, John, of course, does a great job here, but everybody knows that, you're kind of the boss, and you do a tremendous job. This room in here looks amazing. You come down every morning, you look inside the studio, you say hello. Those little things, those are important. Trust me. That's the type of stuff that really ups the morale at a radio station, to see the owners who actually care. So many times I've worked in this industry, you never see the owners. And if you see them, it's kind of like, not you guys. You come down every morning, you say hello. You're great with that. You really are.
Our companies, for all these years, we've built as a family business. So we care about everybody that works at the companies. And I happen to love the radio station, and as well as John does.
Well, thank you for helping. She fell in love with WABC. She enjoys doing it. She enjoys the entertainment, and I'm glad to have her by my side. And Margo, I love you.
Love you too.
Oh, wow. Okay, we're going to go to break. That's it.
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and busts. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.